Hi. Hi. So I just got back from a walk and I thought I'd do a little stretching and make a little video. So we're gonna actually start on all fours with just some nice, gentle and easy cat-cow. You can curl your toes under for cow, uncurl your toes for cat, and just kind of move the spine a little bit. So I'm kind of already warmed up. I'm just kind of looking to stretch a little bit, do a couple restorative poses. And then you can start to actually make a little more movement. Inhale, and then kind of do some circles. Exhale, inhale as you kind of come forward. Exhale as you go back. Inhale and exhale. Kind of just keep doing those in one direction. And then the other way. You can make them big or little, as big as you feel that you're ready for. And then we're going to move just from child's pose and inhale forward, and you can actually just drop into like a modified cobra. Exhale, child's. Inhale to any degree of your back bend. And exhale. Again, just kind of warming up the spine a little bit. And then the next time you're in child's pose, go ahead and just stay there. As you guys know, some don't have full flexion in my knees, so my hips don't come all the way down, but you go down as far as you can. And just breathe here. And then inhale on back up to all fours. And we're going to slide into Sphinx pose. So coming down to your belly and then sliding your elbows a little bit in front of your shoulders, and they're about shoulder distance or maybe a little less. And for Sphinx pose, you want to notice if you're sort of jamming yourself up into your back and feeling any pinching or compression in your low back. You can always bring it down a little bit, still drawing the shoulders away from the ears, so it doesn't have to be super high, and have that sensation of kind of drawing the mat back towards you. So you're kind of trying to draw yourself forward. It's going to kind of lengthen your spine more than compress it. The gaze can just be forward, soft gaze. And if this is too intense for your back, you can always come down to this version. Still just a really nice mild back bend. And then slide all the way down. We'll all come down, spread the elbows wide, stack the wrists, and just let your forehead rest on your wrists, and maybe just shimmy your hips back and forth a little bit. And then we'll take half frog. And down here, it's more of an easy frog pose. So you'll slide one knee up. I'm sliding my right knee up first, coming into like frog on my right side, but keeping my left leg long, and coming back to that same position with my forehead resting on my wrist. And just kind of let there be that softening in the hip, softening everywhere, really. And you can always release your head all the way to the mat, or if you have something to rest your forehead on so that you can still breathe, like an eye pillow. So I'll get in place for the next one so you guys can see that. This is just a real gentle release of this right hip. And then you'll just slowly slide the right leg back. Just kind of rest here, maybe even shimmy your hips back and forth. I'm just going to get my eye pillow to show you this other way to prop your forehead up, which is kind of nice. So for the second side, I'm going to use the eye pillow. And same kind of thing. You're going to just slide your left leg up now so that it's in frog pose. And instead of using your hands, you can rest your forehead on an eye pillow. Oops, let me scooch back. You can see me. That just gives you a space to breathe. But if you like the stacking, you can do that. Just kind of switch the position of the stack. You can even use your eye pillow on top. It makes it a little softer. And just begin to release this pose. Sliding both legs back. And maybe just kind of shifting your hips back and forth a little bit. Coming now into scorpion. So taking your arms out, shoulder height, turn your head to one side. You can actually use the eye pillow again just so that my little ear pod is not crunched. And then lifting one leg up. Probably get a sensation in the front of the hip of the lifted leg. Maybe a nice release in the back. And go ahead and take it to the other side. And we'll just release it back down. And press back into child's pose again. Just release the back a little bit. You can even start to let the forearms release down to the mat. If that feels okay. And then come on up to all fours and we'll move into down dog. So this can be a nice, really gentle down dog. You can keep your knees bent, let the crown of the head drop. Just kind of allowing maybe a little bit of movement, but mostly it's just to sort of release, get that sense of release through the whole back body. Doing anything that just kind of feels good to you, whatever you might have done up until this point in your day. And if it feels really good to take a nice big strong down dog, feel free to do that. It might feel good to make it a little wider down dog, stepping your feet and hands away from each other. You can even take it wide on the mat, like with your feet wide. That can be another nice way to feel down dog. And then release back down to all fours and back into your child's pose. And coming back up to all fours. sliding forward again, like you were going to do Sphinx pose actually, but instead we're going to come into a version of half bow. So we're going to reach behind and grab the right foot. My left forearm is parallel to the front of the mat. You can either keep your head down and just rest it here. Again, you could rest it on the eye pillow, or you can press away from the mat a little bit for a little bit of a back bend. So again, whatever your body kind of feels like today. Also, we're just kind of getting a nice stretch in the front of that quad, the right quad. Try to release any gripping. I was just gripping my quad, I could tell. I'll go ahead and release it and take the other side.